What's up, bro? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. I'm actually in between classes. But I wanted to come out here and do this because, well, I'm kind of worried. I'm going to tell you about the player to watch going into this Texas game on the offensive side of the ball, the player to watch on the defensive side of the ball going into this game, 27 jokes to use on your favorite Longhorn fan, because Longhorn fans deserve all of these jokes, as well as some notes and statistics I think you should know. All of that's coming up after the bumper. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because I upload videos every day. And don't forget to ring the bell and join the notification squad so that you never miss a video. Alright, bumper.
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
Wait a second, I gotta interject here, because this Soonering thing happened. Paul Finebaum went on his radio show and decided to try to drag OU's name through the mud by calling losing to Iowa State Soonering. Now, the reason he's decided to use Soonering is because OU has lost to a team that it was favored by 10 points or more in 7 straight seasons. Big whoop! There's no reason to assign this to OU though, because OU has made a living of coming back from a loss and finishing with a top 5 ranking and a Sugar Bowl championship in 2 of the last 5 years. We beat Alabama. We beat Auburn. We just stay mopping up SEC teams. And now you want to give us the new Clemsoning name, which just doesn't fit. So Clemsoning started in 2007 when Ty Hillenbrand and Dan Rubenstein went on their college football podcast, The Solid Verbal, and assigned Clemsoning to Clemson, because Clemson has a history of inexplicable losses to teams that it should handily beat the crap out of, that it should mop the floor with. And you really can't say why they lost, except for what you saw on film, because if you watched it on paper, you'd be like, the hell? Which is pretty much how you can sum up the loss to Iowa State. There's no getting around it. OU lost to an Iowa State team that fielded a 3rd-string quarterback and a linebacker under center. That's a bad loss. But it ain't Soonering. What is Soonering? Is Soonering winning Sugar Bowls? Is Soonering being one of the most successful college football programs of the last 15 years? Because if that's what Soonering is, then yeah, we're Soonering. And Alabama is Soonering. And Florida State is Soonering. I'm about Soonering. You see that? I stay Soonering. And we're gonna be Soonering against Texas come Saturday. That's right, Paul Finebaum. RKO out of nowhere.
You gotta be kidding me! Oh, did he jump? He caught him in an RKO in midair!
And now, back to our regularly scheduled programming. I'm kind of worried because Lincoln Riley basically said that Mike Stoops gets to keep his job for the rest of the season. Now, I understand why that is, right? You got recruits coming in. You really don't want to look weak and pathetic, even if that's how your defense looked against Iowa State when you're going in to play a game against Texas or anybody else left in the Big 12 Conference. But it still bothers me. And it still bothers me because it means that we still have a defense that gave up 41 points and 38 points respectively to Baylor, who's winless, and perennial Big 12 doormat Iowa State.
For an RKO! You'll never hit an RKO on the beast!
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Now, on the flip side, only one OU coach has started his career 5-0, and that's VL Parrington. You know VL Parrington. He's the guy who started 5-0 in 1897. So from that standpoint, I guess it's okay. What am I talking about? We lost. That's never okay. So now we're back in familiar territory, where OU has lost at least 1 game in the first 5 weeks in the last 3 seasons, including this one. But the good news about that is the last 2 years, after we lost that game, we won out. And we finished with a top 5 ranking. Now, I know a top 5 ranking does not get us in the college football playoffs, so we need to win out and we need some things to fall our way. But it's college football. Anything can happen. Like OU losing at home to Iowa State. OU's also continued the streak of scoring at least 30 points in every game for the last 15 straight. That's 2 more than the previous school record held by that 08 squad that was so awesome. With Sam Bradford, DeMarco Murray, Jermaine Gresham, you know, the hitters. And one of the reasons that this team has been so good, despite having just 3 players that had crossed the goal line last year in Demetri Flowers, Mark Andrews, and Baker Mayfield, is the emergence of the freshmen, which leads me to my guy to watch, the preacher, Trey Sermon. While the defense was falling apart against Iowa State, Trey Sermon quietly went for 90 yards on 11 carries. Not to mention that beautiful seam route for the first score of the game. I love that. A running back with hands, we love a running back with hands. But we love a running back that'll bruise too. And the preacher's giving out this word, y'all. And we will be in need of a sermon come Saturday. Because it doesn't look like Abdul Adams is gonna make it. Though Lincoln wouldn't come right out and say it. We also don't know what's gonna happen with CD. And those are 2 guys that have been doing a lot for us so far this year. But the offense is not my worry. The defense is my worry. And yeah, I've been going after the linebackers and the defensive line. But the player to watch on defense is whether or not he's even gonna play, Stephen Parker. So the worry with losing a guy like Stephen Parker is I'm not sure that Chase Sylvie could do the job. I mean, we saw him basically get carved up against Iowa State. And it ain't like Sam Erling can't toss the rock. And it ain't like Texas doesn't have wide receivers that could go against our safeties. So I'd really like to see a proven commodity back there in Stephen Parker. So we might just have to have Khalil Hall or Robert Barnes. But please, Stephen, If you can go, please go. And I know you will, but I felt like I needed to say it anyway. Cause y'all saw the video. Y'all saw that video where we just couldn't get lined up. It is embarrassing, man. Look, if it sounds like I'm going hard on OU,
Cause I am.
we got tradition to hold up. 7 national titles. Countless All-Americans. I mean, you can count them, but who's got time for that? We got 5 Heisman Trophy winners, and I expect to see more. Hell, I want to see one in 2017. But it's gonna be really hard for Baker to win the Heisman if the defense keeps losing games. What if we lose to Texas? Is anybody giving that any thought? Do you know how terrible it would be if we lose it to Texas after we lost to Iowa State? Kiss the national championship goodbye. Kiss a New Year's Six Bowl goodbye. Look, Lincoln, you've already said there's not gonna be any staff changes this year. So Texas is on you. This is what it means
to be the head coach at OU.
It means we expect championships. It is our legacy. It is our birthright. You've inherited the monster.
Now feed it.
Alright, now here are those 27 jokes for you to use on every Longhorn fans you've ever known in your life. I mean that. Every last one of them. Hit them with these jokes. Here we go. Why do Texas Longhorns eat cereal straight out of a box? They choke whenever they get near a bowl. Why do University of Texas grads keep their diplomas on the dashboard? So they can park in handicap spots. What's the only thing that grows in Austin? Crime rate. What do you call a good-looking girl on the University of Texas campus? A visitor. Did you hear about the fire that destroyed the books in the Texas football dorm? Yeah, the real tragedy was that 15 hadn't been colored yet. What does the average University of Texas student get on his SAT? Drool. Why couldn't baby Jesus be born in Texas? Because you can't find 3 wise men or a virgin. Why did Forrest Gump choose Bama over UT? Because he wanted an academic challenge. How many Texas freshmen does it take to change a light bulb? None. It's a sophomore course. What does a Longhorns grad call a Sooners grad in 5 years? False. Because the Longhorns always look better on paper. Why do all the trees in Oklahoma lean south? To throw shade. Why did the University of Texas disband its water polo team? Because all the horses drowned. What's the difference between a University of Texas diploma and toilet paper? About $50,000 per sheet. Why did the Longhorns football team cross the road? Because it was easier than crossing the goal line. What's the difference between Texas Memorial Stadium and a cactus? Cactus keeps its pricks on the outside. What separates a good team from a great team? The Oklahoma-Texas border. What's the difference between Texas Longhorns football and Cheerios? One belongs in the bowl, the other does not. Why do Texas students have TGIF on their toes? To remind them that toes go in first. Why does a Longhorn fan pour cereal on a plate? Lost his bowl. What is a Longhorn fan's favorite wine? We can't beat Oklahoma. How do you keep a Longhorn out of your yard? Put up goalposts. Alright, that's it for me. If you like the videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you don't miss anything. Alright, I gotta go to class. Deuces.